Hey there.
What do you want, human?
I took the rover all the way down into the canyon. Unfortunately, that's where I hit a wild ostrich, and now the thing won't drive. Heard you might be able to help get it back here.
And why exactly would we want to help you? We who are just monsters to you and your kind, even here. One of us was just lynched. And what did your kind do about it? Nothing. And when we are sick, what one of you would help us even in fair exchange for serum? Why then, answer me, would we help you now?
You've got some sick among you. Maybe I can help. I'm sorry. I don't know what's making them sick. I can't help you. Wish I could.
As we always hear from your kind. All words, no action. If you want our help, find a way to help us.
Hey there.
What do you want, human?
I took the rover all...
And why and when we are sick?
I understand why you're angry, but none of that has anything to do with me. Do you think people are any nicer to Technomancers? If so, you're wrong. If they weren't so busy being scared of us, I'm sure they'd hang us too.
Yes. Brothers in pain. Outcasts should stick together. We will get your machine, but it will take some time. It will not be easy on our ostriches. And we can only do it at night. Give us 12 hours.
That works for me. Thanks.
Don't believe that those ostriches will be able to tow such a huge vehicle? We'll see. Those animals can run in the desert for hours without showing any signs of fatigue. And they...
The most exotic goods on the planet.
I just need information.
The only information I have is about my goods. most exotic goods on the planet. The most exotic goods on the planet. The most exotic. The most exotic goods. The most exotic goods.
I just need information.
The only information.
Goodbye, then.
It's a shame. I have. goods.
I just need
The only information.
Hey, mister! You got a minute? I need to ask you something.
The most exotic goods on. The most exotic. most exotic good...
Perhaps talking to them can answer the question you've been asking yourself. Are they friends? Brothers, maybe? Or just enemies?
Halt! Don't move! What are you doing? In case you haven't heard, there's been a truce and a peace treaty's being negotiated.
Death to Aurora, for the good of abundance!
Death to the humans! Kane avenges us!
There are troops from Kane here? Then we must fight. We have no other option. I'll spend sorry for that attack. Kane's troops are increasingly out of control.
You're not responsible for what every other mutant does. Who's Kane?
A leader who wants to exterminate the humans. He says it is the only way for us to be free. He is a violent brute, but very smart, too. So he is very dangerous. And he gets more followers each day from those of my kind who grow tired of how humans treat us. From those who want vengeance and freedom, even if we must get it through blood. I do not think that is the way, though. Someday I will have to fight against him, but for now, we must go back to Noctis.
Unfortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
Zach, perfect timing. You remember Abby Goodman, friend of mine you helped before?
Yeah, of course. She really your friend, or all just part of the cover you had going on?
No, no, she is. She's a spy for Noctis too, though. She's actually been working on something for me and finally managed to get some info I'd been trying to get.
What information was that?
I spent a part of my life in a rehabilitation camp after my arrest in Ophir. It was the worst time of my existence, and I've always wondered how I'd ended up here. Who had turned us in? We were just a group of street kids. We would steal food here and there, but we weren't dangerous. However, we were arrested and deported to a camp like hardened criminals or terrorists. What happened followed me for many years, until I learned that an important member of the Vori clique was responsible for the deportation of dozens of people. Most of them were innocent, but a nuisance for the mob. I want to find that guy. I want to know if it's he who got us deported. I want to understand why and make him pay. For me and my companions, of course, but also for those poor people who hadn't asked for anything.
I understand. That man seems to be a real scumbag. I'll help you find him.
Thank you, Zach.
Zachariah, what can I do for you?
We found the Aurora convoy you wanted us to hit. We attacked, left witnesses, even got the uniforms you wanted.
Oh, Zachariah, a beautiful thing. Great news. Go get yourself some rest now, because I'm gonna need you to take care of another matter for me soon. Remember earlier when I told you Ophir's Vori have their sights set on Noctis? Want a foothold in my city that'll let them reach the other corporations? Well, the thought's been eating at me. Makes me sick to think of their violence intruding on this city. Luckily, up till now, it was just a distant threat. Scuffles in our fair city and the attitudes of some of our newer inhabitants make me wonder why they haven't already found their way in.
What do you want me to do exactly?
Investigate. Suss it out. You know the Vori, their methods, probably even some of their members. If they're here, I'm sure you'll see them. When you do, lure them out, then kick them out. We don't want them here. Oh, one more thing, probably nothing. I'm sure you're aware the ASC now controls Ophir. And, as I'm sure you can imagine, its constant surveillance makes it difficult for our underground matters. All thanks to new asinine restrictions created daily, like a tightening noose. So I need you to and since I know you know them well, it should be a cakewalk for you. And lucrative.
I'll do my best. I moved the rover for you. If Ophir finds the road in, it won't be because of me.
Yes, I already heard. Sorry if the request seemed paranoid. Better safe than...
Had another power outage this morning.
Damn!
They dismantle the wind turbines, piece by piece, and resell them, piece by piece. They must be damn crazy to steal their own city's electricity generators.
No, just damn selfish.
Welcome, welcome. What's your pleasure? What do you...
Dandolo asked me to check in with everyone around here. Just wondering if you've been a victim of threats, extortion, or robbery lately.
Look, why are you looking to rock the boat, huh? There are men that you don't want to mess with. But if the prince trusts you... Yeah, a couple of scary-looking guys have been making the rounds, threatening a bunch of us. We pay them loads of serum or they say they'll bankrupt us. Those that said no are slowly losing their businesses.
How's that?
Their merchandise is getting stolen or ruined. One got beat on his way home. The rest of us are staying scared and paying what they want.
Where can I find them? Don't worry. They won't bother you after I'm done.
Yeah, just don't make things worse for us, you know? The ones I've seen hang around this...
Then that's where I'll...
Sir, please, help me! They killed my husband!
Sir, I'm sorry to...
Zachariah Mance.
It's my husband.
What men, man?
No, I mean, then one morning,
All right, all right. It sounds like...
last time I saw...
I'll do my best.
This feels bad, Zachariah. That man who disappeared, he ain't gonna be found alive. And Ophir's mob's just pouring into Noctis with their violence. We need to get them out.
Do I see Vori and Noctis? No, look at that, I do. Your cover's blown. Get...
Sure. Right.
I want to make sure you understand a few things. First, I'm a Technomancer. Second, you know someone that can get shocked so bad that they permanently forget their own name, right? I suggest you think about those two things while you start packing.
You think whatever you could do to us, our boss wouldn't do worse.
And stalking's not doing the job. How about we try another tact? Hey there. I was told to come find you.
Looking to smuggle merchandise to Ophir? You've come to the right place. Hope Dandolo explained the risks.
Not really, but I know Ophir well enough. You probably just didn't want to worry me.
You may think you know the city well, pal, but you've never tried to go through it with contraband. You find yourself caught by customs agents or guards, and they ain't gonna slap your wrist. Good luck!
I know you're wondering about the origins of the contraband. Listen, Dandolo isn't the kind of person who will willingly lose clients. It doesn't really matter what's in here. there isn't enough to put the people of Ophir in any real danger.
I figured that might be the case. I'm getting the impression that I'm acting as a delivery boy.
Maybe you could learn something from all this. Nothing's ever as it seems when Dandolo is involved.
So, just when I thought shit couldn't be worse. Her engine's been blown like a John in a whorehouse. Gonna need some spare parts now. A stator, a thermic regulator, a rotor. With only a few rovers out there, it's not like you can just grab those parts from the nearest merchant. There is one in Ophir, though. He used to have a machine for me from scratch. And I heard, however, when it comes to in my shed, I had a I also had a
I go back with Ryan. Know his inventory well. But with all those soldiers in the barracks, it'll be a tough nut to crack.
The final option's a robber I heard of who parts everything. And I've heard one last thing.
Here, take this. You will be able to buy your tool.
Well done. Wow, this is great. You just have to go get me the parts now.
I'll take care of it. The shed, Ryan's inventory, the looter, or if I want to go broke, the merchants. See? I remember everything.
What's good, Zechariah?
Keep your pants on. Still working on it.
Hey, Mr. Mancer, please?
What's going on?
Well, my name is Marco, and I'm in charge of the network of wind...
Nice to meet you, but I don't really know why you're reaching out to me.
Well, I know that you've helped our prince, and I thought, I have a big problem. Without this source of energy, the city could disappear. The water, the electricity we use, everything comes from the wind...
You want me to find the...
Well, yes. I was told...
Why don't you do it yourself?
That's because he's a thief. Not really the nicest kind of individual, you see. And there are probably more people behind all this.
Fine. I'll see what...
Hey, mister! You got a minute? I need to ask you something. You Zechariah Mancer? You are, aren't you? You're helping out the...
I guess. Yeah.
I don't. My partner died a few days ago. Sick.
Preacher's son, you...
Sure enough. We gotta find...
I'll see what I... What were your wife's symptoms?
I don't know. I ain't a doctor, but... What?
What about everyone else who's sick?
Most are poor like us.
Let me go talk to...
Thank you, Mr. Mancer.
My name's Zachariah Mancer. The merchant prince sent me to give you a message. You're not wanted here, so get the hell out. End of message.
Message received. Now return this message. Eat my ass, you prick. My boss said we should stay, so we're staying. End of message.
And there's the reason I'm not surprised you're still just a grunt among the Vori. Let me help you out a bit. You know what happens now that you've been spotted here. 1, you're smart and you leave. Or 2, the merchant prince is gonna pin your ass down naked in the desert for a long, long date with the sun. Then watch you die a slow, painful death.
You don't honestly think you're even half as scary as Anton, do you? Really? Come on, man. Be honest with yourself.
I'd like to say this isn't personal, but it is. Never would have thought they'd disguise themselves so well. They're either getting smarter or someone a lot smarter above them is calling the shots. Anton must have put his top men here. I knew that tall guy at the city entrance looked familiar. Hey there.
What do you want?
You said there was a lynching. Tell me about it. Maybe...
The last time a man helped a mutant, it was only to bring a chair to help him reach the noose. And those that didn't participate watched and did nothing.
Who were these men?
It was those crazy religious zealots who hate us.
Not all humans are like that. Maybe I'll have some better luck asking around.
Ah, now there's a familiar fucking face. The notorious wanted Mancer from Ophir. You have any idea how much serum your head's worth? If the boss hadn't told us to stay away from that contract, I'd have it in a bag right now.
How'd you find Noctis? Not like it's on a map.
Just like everyone else here, a smuggler got us in. And why wouldn't we? Ain't everyone welcome in Noctis? Total opposite of Ophir. We just blended in with the crowd escaping that shithole city, and the rest is the present. And damn if I don't love this place. So much opportunity. A breath of fresh air unlike the stale bullshit of Ophir. A lot of serum to be made here. Not as much corruption, for sure, but we're working on that.
Dandolo sent me.
And you want me to give a fuck?
You and the Vori have been extorting and murdering in Noctis since you got here. We're tired of it. We're asking you to leave. Nicely. You're not wanted here.
Oh, okay. And I'm supposed to say, thank you for asking so polite? We'll be leaving now? Boss said you were smart, but I'm starting to think otherwise. So here's what we'll do. We stay, you act like you don't know we're here. And maybe down the line, I throw some work your way. Good? Good. All right, go on. Get out of here.
Maybe I wasn't clear enough. You're in real trouble here. I know you fear Anton, but Dandolo can be even worse than your boss when he wants to be.
So what? What are you suggesting? I go back to Anton, my tail between my legs, because some merchant sent his pet Mancer to scare me? Then Anton feeds me my own liver? Right. Sounds like a plan. Fuck off.
I tried to reason with you.
Anton's gonna break your neck for this, Mancer!
Go talk to Anton. Otherwise, he won't stop sending men until we cave, and he wins. Hey, let me ask you if you...
Sure. Why not? What do you want to know?
You know the man beside you? What are his symptoms?
Stomach aches real bad. Yeah, he,
Looks bad, but... How you feeling?
I don't know, fine.
What's he been up to since...
Well, we haven't been here for too long now. No steady work and no serum. So what he'd do is the odd jobs here and there when he could find them. Same as most of the... We all sleep in here.
Think he could have eaten some...
Maybe. I don't really know.
You haven't?
Well, I woulda, but...
Thank you.
Sure enough. You're...
Hi. I'm trying to figure out what's making... I should be able to use this to see what's making all those people sick. Let's take a closer look at this sample. Better find Scott. He'll be able to run...